Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dana Scranton. Welcome to 8-Minute Wisdom. Today's episode is on micro-entrepreneurship. What is that? Well, that's a term that was coined several years ago in Europe as part of a program to recognize small independent businesses, solo entrepreneurship, as a viable business entity that should have access to financial and government resources just like other business entities. Now, in the rest of the world, there's different ways that they do that. But the bottom line is it was a means of recognizing that the solo entrepreneur, the small business person, does indeed add a significant amount of economic value to the economies throughout the world. So being a micro entrepreneur does not mean that you have a micro impact. What it means is it's a small entity characterized by low capital investment and large human investment. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, that's actually where the fun and the power is in being a micro entrepreneur. Consider this. If you were to start a business like I've done in the past, and you go out and you borrow several $100,000, you now have a significant financial debt that you have to repay. So your business needs to operate in a way that can not only pay the debt load and all the fixed costs and the variable costs that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, but then if you want to make a profit, you've obviously got to make more money than that. So that kind of an entity brings with it a lot of time, energy, focus, emotional strain, financial strain, and a lot of time that is oftentimes not your own. What's the difference between that and a micro entrepreneur? Well, here's where the difference is. In the micro entrepreneur world, it's not so much the capital investment, the financial investment that makes the entity successful. It's the human capital side of that. And that means time, energy, focus, emotion, passion, drive, purpose, all of those things that constitute what is inside of you. It's your knowledge, your skill, the things that you have acquired over time that can be categorized as experience and wisdom. That's your human capital. That's the power that drives micro entrepreneurship. Yes, you probably need a little bit of money to make it work, but in today's world, with the internet and the porous microeconomic borders, small, large, huge, we as entrepreneurs have access to virtually everywhere in the world from where we sit. That's tremendous power. Now, within this scope of entrepreneurship, there's financial that I just described that we as solo entrepreneurs don't really have to put a lot of money into. I mean, there are solo entrepreneurs who do. They have huge advertising budgets. And that's great. For whatever they're doing, that might be necessary. It might be a means of accelerating their progress, putting the cash in. But in the solo entrepreneur world, that generally isn't where the real value is. The real value is in who you are and how you apply that to bringing value to the marketplace. The micro entrepreneur has the ability to manage their time, their energy, their focus, their emotion, all of the things that go into making the business work. Mostly, it's about the individual becoming a greater asset to the world. And that comes through personal development, experience, making mistakes. All of that is where the power is. You control a tremendous amount of power. Now, here's the other nifty thing about that is it belongs to you. Nobody can take it away. Okay. It can't be removed from you for non-payment of debt because you have no debt in that regard. You have you. And that is also a renewable asset. You can renew that all the time. You can grow it. You can change it. You can do what you want to do to adapt to the environment that you find yourself in, to adapt to your changes in desires and purpose. That's the beauty and the power of micro-entrepreneurship. You can identify a marketplace, a need, and move quickly to get that need fulfilled. And in so doing, profit both financially and personally. When you do that, and when others like you do that, that is tremendous economic power. And that's why micro-entrepreneurship is a very viable option, especially today with the technology that we have at our disposal and the way the world is shaping up to allow access by the individual to attain financial and personal success by helping others, by bringing value to others. Now, because of that, there are certain entities, business entities, that recognize that micro-entrepreneurship phenomenon that is growing and growing is a way of running their non-micro-entrepreneurship business. So these companies, they may manufacture a product, have that available to the marketplace, but marketing the product, they use micro-entrepreneurs, because the micro-entrepreneur doesn't get paid, generally speaking, until the product ships. So what does that mean? It means that the larger entity does not have to lay out a budget for marketing and for sales. That budget comes out of the actual sale of the product. So they don't have to carry a large chunk of cash to meet payroll and other expenses associated with that. That's power. That is, again, the power of micro-entrepreneurship, how it contributes to the success of larger entities. So as a micro-entrepreneur, you have the ability to add value not only to the marketplace, but to add value to the entities who seek to get their products moved through the conduit of value that you represent to the marketplace. So being a micro-entrepreneur is an honorable profession. It's a powerful profession. The beauty of it is it all comes down to you. You get to choose who you are, who you become, the products that you represent, how you bring them to the marketplace, how you develop relationships with the marketplace. It's all you. You control all of those renewable, focused assets every single day, and it gives you the flexibility to do the things in life that matter. That's the power of micro-entrepreneurship. Well, that's today's episode. I hope you got some value from this micro discussion, this 8-minute wisdom session. And that said, we'll see you out there on the frontier of possibilities, all the opportunities that are out there as well. And of course, we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.